hello my friends, and welcome back to another episode of the Pursuit of Cabin Living series by 4Expedition. I'm Scott Luthold. Well, it's mid-December 2021. We're heading into the holiday season. We've had some dustings of snow. Some of the snow has stayed on the ground, but we really haven't had that much snow yet this year. It's probably been in, the high has been in the 40s at times. On average, it's been in the 30s during the day. We have been getting down into the single digits at night. The ski resort nearby has been making snow overnight, and they claim that they're going to be open by Christmas. Let's hope. Heather and I bought season passes this year, so we'd really like to be able to do some skiing. Well, we just got back from a really nice trip to Michigan. Every year, probably for the past, I'd say 10, 12 years, Heather and her aunts and some of her friends and family have gotten together for a cookie baking party. And Heather had already bought tickets to go, and I didn't think I was going to be able to go because, well, I wasn't really sure how the cabin would fare in cold weather. And so I made a lot of preparations and did some testing, and I came to the conclusion that I thought I could leave for a couple of days. And so I booked a trip, and I went with her on that trip, and I'll show you a little bit about that here in a minute. And then since I was already taking that trip, I decided to help my parents out, which I'll talk about here in a minute. My parents live up in the same area as Heather, believe it or not. We met in Arizona. She's from Upper Michigan, Escanaba, Michigan, and my parents live in Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin, which is about an hour northeast of Green Bay, Wisconsin. So I went up there and I spent some time with them and helped them out as well. But we returned. We finally got back here, got back to the cabin, and we had been waiting to decorate the house for Christmas. And Heather and I have vowed to make a very authentic holiday season this year here at the cabin. So we've now sort of embarked on that process of decorating the cabin exterior and getting a tree and decorating the interior. And we plan on truly experiencing the true meaning of Christmas, you know, giving and caring and love and kindness and warmth and comfort and cozy cabin in the woods. So anyhow, I really have enjoyed this past couple of weeks. I'm sorry I haven't put out a film sooner because I was traveling, but we are back now, and here's a video for you. So I really hope you enjoy this episode. So sit back and enjoy the ride.
What are you making?
I'm making Carol for an animal bread.
You can have a cup. There's a little. Maybe post it.
Making Carol for an animal bread.
You know, but mine would. Do you think you should hold this closer? I don't know. You just figure out how
he'll
you're gonna
edit
get.
it out.
Just
Oh,
film
Double over it.
Yeah, I think a cup
Like
might work.
3/4. That's
all the way up to the top, or how are we
Cup
doing
is
it?
good.
like 3/4.
Oh, and then use this thing to scrape it in? Or?
Yeah. However,
Use your finger if it's
I wouldn't
so
do that every
cute.
single time. Scott, you'll be there all day.
Okay.
well,
the first one.
Right side.
Is it cooked?
I don't know. What do I look for?
Put one in the more further back. Yeah, pull it out. It's clean. It's done.
These are done.
They're done. So, wipe that guy off on your apron or something.
They're done.
Put him back in Santa's pocket. Right? In the recipe.
Where? Right
In his
here?
pocket. Yeah.
It's hot.
That's okay. He don't care. It keeps his wee wee warm. Now we take him out.
Pop up video.
Delicious.
Greta, I've been stressed because there's no one to cut cranberries.
You made it. You're wondering if you're gonna
Can't be trusting the old ladies.
Oh, there wasn't that many in the bottom.
Wait. I don't know which ones. Oh, they're all labeled.
Yeah. Good job, honey. This is the famous mom's banana bread. Shut me in the oven like Hansel and Gretel.
So don't cut any wiggly ones.
They just go on here like the rack where it'll fit, probably like the second bottom one.
Here?
Yep, right there.
What? 8. 8 will be 9 in March, right? Ryan's almost 10.
You can get chocolates back.
You got 6 bags. You guys don't tell Ryan, so you gotta
The extra large dog ones, you just wear like a piece.
Yeah, there you go.
Flour, baking soda, and salt.
Like that's
Alright.
just premixed.
No, that's not fruit. Yeah, that's fruit. So what time? I'm gonna make you hand mix at the end though.
All the way down to your
You love it.
So we're up here in the UP and we're going to talk with Heather's cousin, Chris. He's going to tell us about this little rig that he's got here, and then we're going to go for a ride.
Hi, my name is Chris Bingham. This is my 1953 Daimler Ferret Scout Car.
So why'd you buy this thing?
Well, why wouldn't you buy this thing?
That's right. That's right. So how long have you had it?
I've had it about 6 years now.
6 years, and you've been working on it?
Yeah, it's going to get a full restoration by the time I'm done with it.
Right. Nice.
This side's pretty much done. That side I'm working on.
Okay.
So
tell us what you did on it so far.
So far, we've got a new fender. All the electronics for the smoke grenades has been replaced. The new headlights, new LED headlights, LED lights up on top. It used to have a 30mm Browning that would be attached to the top,
Okay.
but this is an M249 machine gun mount
Okay.
off of an MRAP.
Awesome.
It's got new tires on this side. The old tires are on the other side. It's got an extended fuel tank on the side.
Did you mount that on there?
Yep, that's the bomb.
That's the bomb. So this is your additional fuel.
This is the additional fuel tank because the fuel tank inside was completely rusted.
Okay.
So it's now, if you look in there, you can see it's red now, the gas tank. It's got a hole in it and it's all red in the back.
That was the gas tank
That's
originally?
the gas tank back there.
Okay.
And so I got to put a plate on the front of there because it's now all cleaned out. But I probably took 2 pounds of rust out of that thing. But it's got a Rolls-Royce straight six industrial engine. Built back in 1953. It's the 31st one off the production line.
Where was it built?
England.
Oh, so this is, okay, it's Rolls-Royce, yeah.
I want to say Staffordshire, but someone's going to tell me I'm wrong. But yeah, somewhere over in England. They
Okay.
built them right after World War II. They replaced the Daimler Dingo, which was an open scout car.
Yep.
This one's kind of an enclosed. This is a Mark I, the Liaison edition. And the first 150 had the square hatches. Anything after that, or unless it's Canadian or Australian, has a hatch that comes down on an angle right there.
Very cool.
So
So these are the original tires?
these are the original tires from 1985,
Okay, got it.
when it was the last time it was had tires put on it.
And what did you put on it?
These are Super Pluck, made by Specialty Tires of America.
Oh, so
They're
they
hard to
weren't. You
find.
didn't have to import them.
No, didn't have to import them. Could have imported some from over there, but these were just, I found these in a shop in Green Bay. Turns out the customer had paid for them, but never picked them up. So the guy gave them to me cheap.
And you got 2 of them?
So I got 4 of them.
Oh, so the other two
The
were...
other 2 are in the trailer
Okay,
over
so,
there.
so the other 2 tires were still in decent enough shape to keep them on, or?
No, they're going to get fixed, but I'm kind of started on this side and worked my way around.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
well, I
Awesome.
started on the front, worked my way back.
So what's going on? These are just rubber covers?
These are just rubber covers on top of a smoke grenade launcher. They've been all rebuilt and all cleaned out. They're aluminum tubes, but they get pretty rusty on some of the spots.
Let's see, you replaced one of the headlights here with some LEDs.
Yep, the headlights are going to be replaced with these LEDs.
Those are cool looking.
They're a little bit more efficient than the ones that are on there.
Yeah.
The vehicle's a 24-volt electrical system, except for the accessories in the engine. Accessories in the engine are only 12 volt.
Oh,
But all of the lights and everything are 24 volt.
all right, cool. Let's go around the back here a little bit. So what we got going on back here? Did you rebuild this engine, or?
I rebuilt from the top up
Okay.
because the head gasket blew on it, and it was quite the mess, and it was backfiring both out of the exhaust and out of the carburetor. It's a straight six gasoline engine. They were built with the EMP protection on them, even though I've removed some of mine, just to keep them from nuclear bomb goes off. Your vehicle's still gonna run.
right.
But it's a normal straight six Rolls-Royce industrial engine. They were only ever put in this vehicle and a couple of smaller fire trucks and stuff like that.
Okay.
But all the fenders are getting, this one's going to be replaced.
You
That
have to
one's gonna be
import the
replaced.
parts to work on it?
All the parts I can either get out of Texas. There's a company down there that rebuilds them, or I have to order them from England.
Right.
Which
Right.
takes a while.
My buddy Dan Cronin from Northwest Overland and I rebuilt a Land Rover Disco
Okay.
1, Discovery 1. I had
are
to import
fun.
all the parts from
Oh yeah.
England.
Don't lean on that.
Okay, it's hot.
It's hot. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
But yeah, I
Got
rebuilt
the
top
radiator
up.
back here.
It's a stout little engine.
Yeah, and you've
There, I have the armor for the back of here. This is just where the radiator is. I was cleaning it out. The armor's sitting at the house getting painted.
so what do you do with this thing other than put it in parades?
Whatever I want to do.
It goes anywhere.
It goes anywhere. It's full-time four-wheel drive. It has 5 speeds forward and reverse. It's just a fun vehicle to do whatever you want with.
Yeah.
The goal is to get it up to the VA and show the vets up there. They're going to get a kick out of it.
Yeah, I'm
But
sure.
yeah, other
Cool.
than that, it's one of those labors of love. You know, it's a veteran too.
So you're going to tell me we're going to go for a ride?
Oh hell yeah!
All right, let's do it.
That's what you got a vehicle like this for.
First like a kid. All right, let's do it.
Don't push down on that. It's a hatch.
Step on here.
Yeah, step on any of the armor spots and then put your knees right here. Once I get in.
All right.
You're gonna stand right here and lean your back up against here.
Okay. nice time. I really hope you enjoyed that segment. Once we were done in Michigan, I headed down to Green Bay, and my parents live up in Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin. And they also have a small home down in Mesa, Arizona. And for the past, I would say, 15 years, they've been driving back and forth between the two homes seasonally. So sometime around October, November, they would head down to Arizona, spend the winter, and then in March or April, they'd drive back to Sturgeon Bay. Well, my stepfather is 93, and he's getting a little too old to probably be driving that far by himself. I will say this, though. He's still a great driver. He's still very alert. He's probably a 70-year-old, 93-year-old. He's very youthful. He's in great shape, great sharp mind, and I wouldn't have any problem, I don't think, still having him drive that distance by himself. But as a family, we've all decided that my parents probably shouldn't be driving that far by themselves, and so I took it upon myself to take this trip with them this year so that they could spend their winter in Arizona still. And so here's a little bit of footage from that. But it was a nice time. I haven't seen my parents in quite a while, and so it was a good time for us to spend in the car and really just hang out in the evenings, go out to dinner, and stay in some hotels in the area. And we went from Wisconsin down through Illinois, through Missouri, Oklahoma, across Texas and into New Mexico. And once we got to New Mexico, into Albuquerque, my son Colin flew up from Arizona to Albuquerque. We celebrated his birthday with him. He's turned 22 at the beginning of December. And then he drove with them the rest of the way to Arizona. And so they'll be down there for the next couple of months. And then I don't know how we're going to get them back to Wisconsin, but I may play some role in that as well. But it was a really nice time I got to spend with my family. That's why this video hasn't come out sooner, because I was on the road. But I felt like it was something I should do as a son, and hopefully every once in a while my siblings will take turns also doing that with them until they no longer feel like it's an option for them to go to Arizona. So anyhow, that was a really good time with them. So let's get back to what's going on here at the cabin. Well, today I'm going to take advantage of this nice weather, and I'm going to cut a piece of concrete board 2 feet by 3 feet, and I'm going to use that down in the crawl space down in the basement, because I had a thermostat controlled radiator put down there in order to be able to maintain a above freezing temperature control system for my water tank, for the pump, and all of the PEX lines that are down there. So I'm going to set that to about 40 degrees. It'll come on its own. I can switch it on and off upstairs. But because my crawl is the depth that it is and the position of that radiator, I'm going to put a piece of hardy backer board or just concrete board above it so that any warm air that rises, it will help protect it from any possible fire issues. Not on your side, I guess.
Why? What's there?
It's just tighter. It's all right. Doesn't need to go under.
I don't think that's gonna go anywhere.
We'll put the bottom one in.
Yeah.
Top one wasn't doing anything anyway. The other one on top. Thank you, Heather.
Oh yeah, anytime. I'm out of here.
Oh. Note to self. Next time, make a deeper crawl.
You look like you fit.
I just don't want to hit any tubing. All right. I got it.
Okay, now you can see how close we really are together. How tiny this is. Good job, honey. I love you.
Love you. So our pressure pump down here ranges between 30 and 50 psi. And we got it adjusted the other day on the high end to 50 psi. So now when we turn on the water faucet, it turns off when the pressure gets back up to 50 psi. But it doesn't come on until 40 psi, and it's supposed to come on at 30 psi. So I need to make some adjustments on the pump so that the pump comes on as, sooner. And that way it starts building up pressure. And what we were having a problem with before is that it wasn't turning off at 50 psi. So it would just keep going up, and it would get up to like 65, and it would hover around 65, 70 psi, which isn't ideal. And what it does is just keep circulating the water back through the system as a safety measure so that the thing doesn't explode. So anyway, we figured out how to get it to turn off at 50 psi. That's awesome. I just now have to get the bottom end lower so it comes on a little bit sooner. That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
So this here's our jet pump, and this is the pressure switch. And you see two springs here, a big spring and a little spring. And then you see this white thing here, that's the contact. So if I stuck a screwdriver in there, I could separate the contacts and this thing would turn off completely if it was running. This bigger spring here adjusts the high end of the pressure. So when you make adjustments to this little nut here at the top, it will either cause the contacts to separate sooner or later. And then this little guy here, that's for adjusting the low end of the pressure. So that's the one I need to work on right now so that this contact goes together and it completes the circuit and starts the pump at a sooner time. And then this one here is designed so that when the pressure gets up to 50 psi, these contacts separate. And that's a lot more information than I ever wanted to know about jet pumps. And then back here on the back, there is a pressure gauge. And this will tell me, right now it's set to, I think it's around 38 it's sitting at right now. So more than likely that'll come down once I adjust that spring right there. Well, my friends, I think we've got something really exciting to share. I'm going to show you that to you right now. Watch this. First of all, boom, we've got water. And if I turn that toward the hot, oh, nice and warm water right there. That is awesome. What do you say about that? Come on, I mean, that's a really exciting time. I've now got a 500-gallon water tank hooked up to a pressure pump that comes on at 30 psi and turns off at 50 psi. I've got a radiator down there that's set to 40 degrees. That will keep everything underneath the floor warm enough. And when you turn on the hot water, it runs through the on-demand and goes right to the kitchen sink and comes out hot. And that's really, really, it's a major achievement. We've been working toward that for about 4.5 months now. The only thing we don't have is our washer and dryer hooked up. I still have to run a vent line for that. And then, of course, our shower is not working yet. So, although I almost have the incinerator toilet hooked up and finished, I'm going to finish that right now, and then we'll test that. All right, so now I'm shortening the vent line for the incinerator toilet. I'll put that in. Once that's done, we'll test this thing out. This is our Incinelet incinerator toilet. It sort of looks like a wash machine. All right, now that we have the Incinellet toilet hooked up, this is our first test. Basically, we have it plugged into a 220 back here. I've got a vent line going all the way out the side. And basically what you do, you lift the seat and you have to put a liner in. So you're gonna have to spend, there are some consumables that you have to buy for these. You have liners and you have to use a liner every time you go to the bathroom, whether you're just going number 1 or number 2. So that's a little bit annoying, but nonetheless, you're saving a lot of water, you're not using water, and you're not having to empty a septic system. So, you know, I mean, it all depends on how you want to spend your money. So we're going to give this a try. Their initial test is to pour a glass of water down in the liner and go ahead and get her started. Hit the start button.
Yeah, push the start button, closes the start switch, and engages the timer. Obviously, flush it first and then press start.
So look how nice and clean that remains. That's why you use a liner. So all we had to do was hit this button. After each use, it starts up the incinerator. And you don't have to wait for the incinerator to process what's down in the bottom before you go to the bathroom again. You can go to the bathroom again, you have to put another filter in there, you go to the bathroom, and when you're done going to the bathroom, you push the button again, it drops down in, and there's a foot pedal here. And then you just, it just keeps processing whatever it goes in it, and then when it's done, it turns off. You can use this, as I mentioned, while it's in cycle, and you would think that this thing gets up to like 1,000 degrees. And if you put your hand here on this, it's cold. So I'm not really sure. And also in the vent, I put my hand back here, and that's cold. There's nothing about this toilet that feels hot on the outside. All right, well, this morning, Heather and I are taking off and we're going out into the National Forest and we're going to cut down our own tree. We got a permit from the National Forest Service and we're going to go and cut this tree down and make this as authentic of a Christmas as we can. Let's go get a tree, huh?
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Look around here. Well, we're now in the National Forest. We've got our permit. We're going to take a walk through the woods here and see what we can find.
Kind of sparse, but if we just took the top, something like that, right?
Yeah, that's nice. A little sparse. Let's keep looking around.
Something like that. Uphill?
Gosh, what a gorgeous day.
So there's more of the green trees.
Yeah. Should we drive up higher? Because there's some nice stuff right up there.
Sure. Looks like
Mostly little ones, but here's some over here maybe. Yeah. Here we go. Look at this. Look at this nice grove of trees.
we should have brought Christmas music.
That's something like that. That's a cool one. And that's a nice one too. Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah.
Nice and sturdy.
I kind of like this one down here.
This one with the little bent right here.
Yeah, the other side though. All right, you think we found one?
I like it.
Me too. All right, so we're gonna get this one here. So there's two trees here. We take it off right there, right?
Right?
We'll get it a little longer so we can trim it up as we need.
Yeah.
That's a really cute. I like it.
It's like not a tree farm perfect, but it's our perfectly imperfect.
Perfectly imperfect tree.
It's beautiful. It wants to come home with us to the cabin.
All right.
All right, let's cut it
Do it.
down.
Be right back.
Okay, come back and get us. I'll have this thing cut down ready. Be careful. This is our old Christmas tree. It's gonna be adorable. Santa's sleigh.
Let's do it.
See your fancy saw there, honey, that we're cutting this tree down with.
Right here.
Wow. Giant steak knife actually is what that is.
It's not that big of a trunk. Nice little tree. Kind of funny with these trees. Yeah, look how wonky that is. It straightens itself out though.
This one's not even touching either on this side.
I think we can just trim a couple things off the bottom here, a little bit off of here. This far side. Trim that down a little. And then down here, just trim up that a little bit. Yeah, but maybe leave the bottom on.
Yeah, trim it.
Yeah.
And then definitely that has to get all cut. Like this.
Yep. Yeah. That's good. I think that could be it. Maybe a little off. Let me cut this off. That looks good.
Christmas tree groomer.
Add Christmas tree groomer to your growing list of skills.
Christmas cutter. What, this?
No, I think we'll leave. How about I think here? Because if I look at it from this side, it looks pretty good.
Oh, like this?
Yeah. Yep, and then maybe this one off.
That whole one?
Well, maybe back a half a way. Yeah, right there. Yeah, there you go. Perfectly imperfect.
Perfectly perfect. Look at the weeds. It's so cool. Like vine.
Oh yeah, there's a vine growing. Okay. Where's the front?
Right one.
You sure?
Oh, yeah. Ooh, it needs to be trimage.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
So cute. I love it. Merry Christmas. Our first Christmas tree. Put your hand in. Right.
That looks adorable on you.
You could
You do a little fashion walk. Well, you can wear it as a skirt. Toro, Toro.
There it is. Do we like it?
It's really cute.
Should we pull the white rug back towards it?
First flight lesson. This is Colin's box.
What?
This is his box of ornaments.
Oh, we better ship those to him like right now.
Colin, I found all your ornaments, buddy. I'll send them right out. All right, my friends, I think that's it for this episode of the Pursuit of Cabin Living series by 4Expedition. I really hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I enjoyed creating it. If you haven't become a subscriber to my channel, I encourage you to hit that subscribe button. Of course, be sure to hit that notification bell to be notified when videos go live. And if you consider yourself to be an adventurer and you're looking for an adventure community, consider joining Team 4X by going to 4expedition.com/join to learn more. Until the next time, take care.